Hello, my name's Bev, and 3 years ago I took up playing the recorder again after a 50-year gap. Hello everyone. If you remember in my last video, I think it was the last video, I was talking about the piece that I was going to play in the music school's spring concert, and I'd chosen the Bach piece, if you remember, but now my recorder teacher suggested that instead I play the Handel piece, the one I played, I think it was 5 times in a previous video where I showed how it sounded on each of my recorders. There are various reasons why she would prefer that I play this piece, but one of them is that I am much more familiar with it, and it's got some really nice ornamentation that I pulled in from listening to other, well, proper recorder players playing this piece. And the main influence for me was Michaela Petri, who is the most amazing professional recorder player, and she does some wonderful ornamentation. And I would say probably about 90% of the ornamentation in the piece. That here it is. I wrote it out again using the Sibelius free music writing software, and I've included the ornamentation. I have the actual basic piece here in this book, which is an excellent book, Handel's Recorder Sonatas. So yeah, fantastic ornamentation, and I'm assuming that everyone watching this video knows what Baroque ornamentation is. Basically it's adding a bit of pizzazz, a bit of extra stuff to a piece that doesn't interfere with the actual piece, because some people tend to go over the top with ornamentation, so much so that you don't actually get to hear the actual piece, bass piece underneath it. Yeah, I'm going to be playing that piece with the ornamentation, and when I played it yesterday at my recorder lesson, she agreed that because of the way this one ends, it leads naturally into the next movement, the allegro. So this piece is the first movement, the larghetto, the one I played 5 times in a previous video, but it naturally leads into the allegro, the second movement, which is obviously by nature of its name a faster movement, more sort of jolly and upbeat. Because the end of the larghetto has an adagio bar at the end when everything slows down and leads into a different key. It goes like this. Which naturally makes you think there's something else coming after this. So I may get to play the allegro as well, which will need a bit of practicing because I haven't played it much. And also in this allegro, there's an awful lot of long notes which just go up a scale, and they definitely need some ornamentation because otherwise it's pretty boring. I will demonstrate what I mean. If I go into the allegro, which, just so you know, starts like this, it's in 3/8. Goes like that, and later on there's these long notes, for example here. etc. And it's got another session of long notes, a few bars on from that, so there's got to be some ornamentation. So I'm going to do one of my favourite things, which is to start listening to professional recorder players playing this piece on YouTube. YouTube's really good for that, or Spotify indeed, to see what they do in this, and then I kind of draw in what I think is the best of the best, and I'll then write it out on the Sibelius software, and then I'll need to practice like mad, because we've only got another month, and then I think it's a month tomorrow. Well, it's a month this coming weekend, the concert, so I've got to be ready for that. So that's what I've been doing in my recorder lessons, and we shall see how I get on with the ornamentation, and I will get back to you with that. I'm going to start by looking at what Michaela Petri does with this. But importantly, I do not want to lose the actual bass tune, because that is important. So, yeah, on the subject of ornamentation, and in case you've been wondering, that I've been playing the Tim Cranmore Stainsby handmade recorder in boxwood, which I've been playing for the past week. And I think with this recorder, the more you play it, the better, the more you get out of it. What I will do, if you can bear it, is I'll play the whole larghetto again with the ornamentation that I've mainly acquired from Michaela Petri, and I don't think I'll go on with the allegro this time, because I want to get something sorted out in the way of ornamentation with that. But I'll play you the larghetto for those who didn't hear me play it 5 times in my previous video. Do you want to hear it played without any ornamentation? I'll play it without the ornamentation so you can see how it sounds without it. I'll be including the odd sort of trill though. Yeah, apologise, a bit of burping going on there. It's a it's not a great look for a recorder player or any woodwind player when you know that you're going to burp, you're going to burp. Well, it's probably better that you don't play directly after a meal. Yeah, I mean, there's not a massive load of difference between the two, but the ornamentation just adds a bit more interest, especially to the bits like at the beginning where you get 2 sets of 2 bars, which are essentially the same. So, okay, I'm just playing the difference here. This is how it is without the ornamentation. For the first 4 bars, that's 2 sets of 2 bars. So those bars are the same. Put in some ornamentation and you get this. I really love that. That ornamentation is care of Michaela Petri's version of this, and I really, really, really like that. I think it really adds to it, because why have the same boring repetition when you can add a bit of pizzazz to it? You can paint its nails, put a bit of makeup on, and style its hair, and it looks just so much prettier. Okay, thanks for watching.